Welcome to Chinwag Tuesdays, your passport to a world of language and culture.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Chinwag Tuesdays. I'm Amanda, and today's special guest is Christine. Christine actually came to Australia as an international student in 2006, and she's from Hungary. She started her company, the Dream Service International Education Agency, over 13 years ago. And just last year, she started the Live Abroad Academy. What a resume. Thank you so much for being here, Christine.
Thank you. Thank you for introducing me, Amanda.
So, how about you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself? I have given the listeners a bit about you, but tell me more.
Yeah, so thank you and hello everyone around the world. I'm Christine and I moved to Australia in 2006. But before Australia, I used to live in Italy. So actually, that's my third country to live. Originally, I am from Hungary. And I went through all of the obstacles as an international student here in Australia. So in 2013, I started to work in an international education industry in 2011, and then I started my own business to help international students to come to Australia.
That's amazing. That's actually incredible. Good for you. And I think what you've done is a real testament to like the Australian dream. And it can really show people what hard work and dedication can bring you in a country like Australia.
Yeah, that's true. That's not an easy journey. So if someone is telling you it will be easy, no, it's not. Every journey has their own obstacles, but if you have a good plan, maybe plan A and plan B, and you follow your plans and you have experts around you giving you advice, it's a lot easier to go through your journey.
Definitely. Yes. So, what inspires you to start Live Abroad Academy? And how do you assist international students and migrants in choosing visas and study options?
Yeah, so I've worked with international students and migrants through Dream Service International, and I just recognize that the biggest part of my job is mentoring and coaching people to settle down and recreate your life in a new country. And as my experience as well, living in two different countries, the hardest part is not just to aim the visa and learn the language. The hardest part to set up your own network and recreate your own life in a new country because you have to reset everything from zero.
Yeah, definitely. I actually really relate to what you're saying because when I moved here to India, I literally started from zero. And the struggles that you're just saying students and migrants have in Australia is the same struggles I had when I moved here. I didn't really have a big support network. I had my husband, but I didn't have any friends. I struggled with the language. I didn't have hobbies. And I've really spent the last nearly 5 years trying to recreate my life here. So I think it's great what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you. So I think it's just giving them guidance, and every student or every international needing a little bit of different support. So it depends if it's an entrepreneur type person and want to set up their own business, or they want to get a job or into a career what they've had back home, and they want to continue that career and not having a new career. So
Mhm.
I have my network around me and they can support each individual with what they need. And I think it's very, very important at the beginning to have those people around you to give you a boost at the start, not to losing your mojo, because it's very overwhelming. The new culture, the new people, the new language, you can't speak the language. So it's a lot of disruptions around your first months, actually. But if someone is holding your hand and giving you advice, yeah, this person can help you with that one, or you have to go to this website, it will give them proper guidance. And based on my over 10 years experience, most students and most internationals struggled with that one to recreate their new life, not starting to live their old life here in
Mm.
Australia or in any country.
Yeah, that's true actually, because like I started teaching here in India online, but I was never an English teacher in Australia. I had to recreate something new rather than try and continue on my old path. So I think that really makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and you have to broaden your vision. You have to open yourself about new things. Maybe you've got an invitation which you never would accept in your home country, but you accept here because maybe you meet with new people, or that's a new thing. You never had that experience. And I'm always telling everybody, if you haven't got that experience, just try it once. And after you can tell, yeah, that's me, or no, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Great advice. So, what were some challenges that you faced as an international student? I know that you said at the beginning that you did have some challenges. So, what were some of those and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, so actually back home, I had a big career. I was a CEO of a company. And when
Wow.
I came to Australia, I wanted to start my own business. Like I had smaller businesses back home as well, but my English was not good enough. So I started a 2 months English course in Sydney.
Mhm.
And actually, on the first day of the course, I had an appointment with a bookkeeper regarding how to set up my own business here. But it was a Hungarian bookkeeper at that time because I knew that my English wasn't good enough. And I was really focusing to build up my network
Mm.
because that was a really big thing which was missing for me because you don't have a friend, you don't have people, to give you advice or help you because
Mhm.
your connections back home, they can't help you because it's a totally new environment. And as an international student, you meet with international students, they are having the same struggle, maybe a bit different because they are coming from a different country and it's a different culture. So you really need someone who is already living in Australia and giving you a proper guidance.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. So, your dream service education agency, was that your first business you started in Australia?
No, I had different
Wow.
ventures in different
Great.
industries. My background was in the beauty industry and I did some beauty or jewelry products here. So that's my actually fourth business
Good
in
for you.
Australia.
Yeah, great. And you were saying before this that English is your fourth language, which is amazing. What other languages do you speak besides
Yeah,
Hungarian?
so actually my mother tongue is Hungarian. At high school, I studied German and Russian,
Mhm.
but I don't speak Russian. I speak German.
Yeah.
And when I finished high school, I worked for a German company. So I used my German a lot. So that was
Yeah.
actually my second language.
Yeah.
And to learn Italian was always my dream. And when
Wow.
I finished my corporate career back in Hungary, I just thought, okay, I just moved to Italy and learned the language. So actually, I was an international student in Italy as well.
Wow. Yeah, that's so cool. My dream is also to learn Italian. I haven't really taken those steps yet because I'm still trying to master Hindi, but I really should. I really should take the leap and just start doing classes or something just because it's a dream of mine too.
It's a really nice language, and at the beginning when you learn and you can order in the restaurant, and Italians are really open, so they are
Mhm.
helping you with hands and gestures and everything. So they are really forcing you to say the words and stuff. I think
Yeah,
with
that's
Italian,
nice.
that's why it's a bit easier to learn. For example, in Germany, you don't have that experience,
Sure.
so
Okay.
they are not helping that much for you. But
Yeah.
it's a really hard language because the pronunciation is not easy and the grammar is based on Latin. So
Mm,
it's the grammar is super hard. It's nothing
yeah.
related to English. I think English grammar is like a lot easier.
Okay, good to know. That's a good forewarning for me so I won't be so shocked when I start.
Yeah, but for the basics, I think it's a lot easier to learn because it's your dream. And if you are working towards your
Yeah.
dream and you are learning something, and at the beginning, you have already success because if you go shopping and you can say what size is your shoe or what color of clothes you want, or just order a pizza or something with your
Yeah.
favorites on, it's already a success.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you've inspired me. I'll start looking for teachers after this. All right. And so, how do you guide individuals in choosing the best visas and study options?
So with the visas and study options, I just created a unique approach. So my coaching or mentoring at the beginning is always based on what individual wants. So we have a 15-minute consultation, and I'm asking lots of questions because I truly believe that the success in a foreign country and success in studying abroad is based on that you are choosing something what is aligned with your dreams and what you love to learn. It's not what others want you to learn. It's not just because I want to learn this one because I want to have a job, because education and qualification is not giving you the job. So it's very, very important to learn something which is aligned with your dreams and what's actually in you.
Yeah, that's actually really good because I know I definitely get a lot of questions when I do my question and answer on what's the best job to get me PR? Well, one, I don't know. But I feel like that's probably the thinking of a lot of people. I imagine you'd probably get a lot of inquiries like that of people wanting pathways for PR rather than pathways for their dreams and what they want to do in the long term.
Yes, and I'm not suggesting to do that because a PR pathway is too long to do something what you don't like. If there is not a tiny thing in that PR pathway what you like, or you can't even imagine that to do that one later on, I really not suggesting because it's super expensive and
Yeah.
cost at least 3 4 years of your life. And actually, you won't be happy. You won't be yourself because you are doing something you don't like. And usually, we find a different pathway as well. So,
Yeah.
usually, we find after maybe 2 consultations, we will find something which may be a pathway which is not just, oh, I want to have that PR. So, I never suggest to do something only because of the PR.
Yeah, yeah, that's great advice. And I like your approach, how you say you try and find something that aligns with their kind of goals and their interests and their dreams, but also probably does eventually, hopefully, get them PR in one way. But that's not the only goal, it's just one of the many goals as a whole.
Yes, and visa can change anytime. So
Of
actually, if
course.
someone start to study now something which is on the list, and after 3 years it's not on the list, you study something what you didn't like, you spend money on it. I don't think it's the best solution.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I didn't even think of that. That's so true. So if someone chooses a pathway just for PR and after 3 years the government takes it off the skills list, then that's a waste of your times doing something you don't even enjoy. And for what? You don't get
Yeah,
anything at the end from it.
yeah.
Yeah. Something
Yes,
to
so
think about.
many things to think about. So I'm really suggesting carefully. Rather we go
Mhm,
through each course multiple times, or I'm sending them
mhm.
more links, or just imagine if you can do this one for 3 years, and sometimes after the second question, no, no, no way, I can't do that. So it's definitely
Yeah.
not your
Good. Oh, that's amazing because I mean, I'm sure that there are a lot of other consultants like yourself that look at those options, but I also feel like there are probably a lot of other consultants that focus just on doing the PR side, which I think is really doing the student a disservice. So, it's really great that there are people like you that focus on your knowledge and expertise rather than giving the student what they think they want at the time.
And sometimes, it's the whole thing is changes because once we start a conversation, especially if someone is younger and haven't got any work experience and they don't have imagination about their job, how
True.
it looks like, what's the feeling to be there 8 hours in that time in
Mhm.
every day. Sometimes it's an eye-opening experience, and after when we see a couple of options, then I tell them, hey, have a think about, try to imagine how you can fit into that one, and
Yeah.
then make a decision.
Yeah. Yeah. Good idea. And so I know that you started the Dream Service International Education Agency and now you've recently started the Live Abroad Academy. So tell us a bit more about Live Abroad Academy. What are your future plans? What are the main goals and focuses of this business?
So with Live Abroad Academy, we are having programs for education agents, so educating education agents as well. And we are having programs that recreate your life abroad for people they are living abroad, studying abroad, or people who are planning to build their own business, like and digital nomads.
Wow, yeah. And that, since COVID, that industry is probably booming now, digital nomads and people wanting to start their own businesses.
Yeah, yeah. And an online business is an amazing thing. Yes, it has
Yeah.
some certain rules, what you have to keep. And no, it's not an easy journey. But if you have the proper setup and if you have the skills and the knowledge behind, it's an amazing journey. And actually, you can live in any country and do your work.
Yeah, wonderful. And I remember you saying that you're starting a kind of mentorship program. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, so it's already on my page. They can sign up for the launch. That will be the Recreate Your Life Abroad. So it
Okay.
will be more
Wonderful.
mentoring and coaching, and we will focus on people they wanna start their own little ventures.
Okay, right. So with the Dream Service agency, that's more about, visas and study options, whereas
Yes.
Live Abroad Academy is for people who are ready to take that next step, have their own venture, start their own business, or become a digital nomad and guiding them on their journey.
Yes, or someone arrived on a student visa
Mm.
and they wanna start their own business instead of working for someone or instead of looking for
Ah,
employment. Yeah.
okay, good to know. So is that after they complete their studies? You help them after that, or is that alongside their studies or instead of?
Alongside their studies.
Oh, great.
Because
Okay.
some people, for example, they are studying marketing, they have already a little venture from back home, or they have already ideas they want to flourish it. So
Mhm.
they can start that one.
Ah, great. All right. Good. And so, what advice would you give to individuals dreaming of moving abroad or moving to Australia?
Wow. It's a tough one. So it's a very complex question. Okay. So you have to have your plan. I'm a big believer of plans. You have to have at least plan A and plan B. Usually things are going off plan sometimes, but you have to have always a backup. But you
Mhm.
have to be resilient. I think resilience is very, very important once you start to have those obstacles. And if someone is telling you there is no obstacles, they are lying because there is always something. I think you have that experience as well while living in India.
Definitely. Yes. Too many obstacles.
And you have to motivate yourself and you have to find always a little motivation. If it's a person, if it's a thing to do, if it's a sport or anything, you just have to find something you can hold and okay, we go through a next step and
Mm.
not giving up.
Yeah. Yes. Good.
And the language. The language is one of the key importance from the beginning because
Mhm.
if your language is good enough, then you can read many more things. So it means you can have easier job. You don't have to go in a job you don't like. You can find a job maybe in your area of your expertise.
Mhm.
So learn the language and focus on that one at the beginning is crucial. I believe so.
Mhm.
It's very,
Yeah.
very important.
So, would you recommend for people to start improving their skills and learning English before moving to Australia?
Yes, to start it and network with Australians, with English speaking people, or with people not from your own country. Because if someone is from your own country, you start to speak that language. And you really have to focus on it. Let's say watching a movie, don't watch it on your own language, watch it in English or with an English subtitle.
Mhm.
So you just have to really remind yourself, yeah, I'm here to learn the language. And if I'm learning the language, it will be a lot easier for me to succeed.
Yeah, definitely. In your recommendations, what is the best way to network nowadays?
So in the schools, if you go to the school, usually they have lots of organized events as well. And on LinkedIn, there are
Mhm.
some, for example, small networking events for businesses. On Facebook, you can find lots of groups, and try not to find groups from your own country.
True.
You have to do that one as well, because that's motivation. You can't just surround yourself people you don't understand. So you have to have a group of friends from your own country as well, but open to meet friends from different countries and get the different cultures. And yeah, that's again very, very important. And you have to focus on, yes, I will do that one. Maybe it will be inconvenient, not just maybe. If you don't speak the language that well, it's not a good feeling to go to a party where you maybe don't understand even 50% what they are saying.
Mm-hmm. It's lonely. I've been there. When I first moved here, I hated going to parties. I'd be the awkward person in the corner because I couldn't speak to anyone. Oh, I used to hate it. Now I can understand bits and pieces, but I speak English with my husband. We don't force each other to speak Hindi. I know I should, but that would make my skills
Is
a
your
lot more
husband
advanced.
Australian?
My husband's Indian. So his first language is Hindi. His second language is Punjabi because we live in the state of Punjab. It's a regional language.
Yeah.
And his third
Yeah.
language is English. So yeah,
Wow.
we should be speaking Hindi, but it's just easier for us to speak in English. So that's my own fault. That's why my skills aren't improving.
Yeah, you just always have to remind yourself on it. Yeah, so consciously you have to do it. Consciously you have to do it. Okay, that's an event I don't want to go. I don't feel like to go because it will be maybe not the best situation or the best feeling for me, but you never know what will happen there. You met with someone who can help you with a job, someone who can help you with anything. So it's just really, really important to get all of the opportunities.
True. Yes, definitely. All right. And Christine, how can people contact you? I'm going to be putting all of your websites and details in the description of the episode, but what's the best way people can contact you?
So the best way is on Instagram, or we have a page, www.liveabroadacademy.com. And there is a contact page so they can make a 15-minute consultation with me. So there is a booking link there as well. And now we have a special on. I just created a January student question free ebook, which is downloadable because now immigration changed the January student requirement. So I just created a free ebook, which is downloadable on my page. So I just suggest everyone who is thinking to come to Australia or already in Australia and wants to lodge a student visa to download that, and need another support or more support, just contact me on the contact page on the web page or Instagram.
Thank you so much. And before we finish up, is there anything else that you would like to add today?
Wow.
Put you on the spot.
So I would like to give 3 main advice to learn the language properly, to be resilient, and to build up your network as soon as you can, as quick as you can.
Wonderful advice. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much for joining me today, Christine.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you for your time. And yeah, greetings from Australia to everyone, and looking forward to meet you here.
Thank you.
Really interesting.